Welcome back everyone. Now, the last few weeks now we've been a bit sick there. I had the COVID, finally got it, 2.5 years down the line, and it finally got me. Not impressed, and you don't really want it either, so it's left me feeling pretty drained. So gives me a perfect opportunity though to test out this beast. So here she is, the Giant Rain E+2 2022 model. It's a lovely metallic black colour. I do like this colour, I must admit. Now it has Giant's Sync Drive Pro 85 Nm torque motor inside there, coupled with Giant's 625 energy pack battery. Now there is a 750 version of this in the higher spec models, but this is the E+2, so it's the cheaper version. And going to the back, we're looking at GX shifter and mech. You have the 1230 SRAM cassette, which is not a great cassette if I'm being honest, it'll wear out fairly quickly, but if you want to change it for something decent, you're going to have to get an XD driver, which I'm probably sure Giant do make or have for their own wheels. This is their own 30mm internal wheel as well, so Giant's branded wheel, and it's a 27.5, so you're running the mullet setup with a high roller 2 on the back. Front's 29 as you'd expect, and it's running a Maxxis 3C. Now there's a little bit of a funny story to this. Luckily enough, I have the super tacky downhill 29 tyre in the van, because when I actually got this one out, this tyre, this is the one that was on it, is absolutely rock solid. The rubber is like hard plastic, so I am not 100% sure what's going on with that, so I took it off obviously straight away. I'll have to get on to Giant about it and see old Maxxis and see what the story is, but yeah, it's like a cheap tacky tyre you find on a 200 quid Halfords bike. It's rock solid. So anyway, that's how it's gone. Back to the bike. DPX2 on the back. You've got climb control and rebound. It's a nice little shock, nothing too fancy, just do the job just fine. Giant's 160mm travel Maestro, that's what they're famous for, their Maestro setup, and it's very controlled travel. It's a lovely bit of a lovely feel to the bike. Giant's own 150mm dropper seat post. Now I wish more brands would actually spec a more travel seat post. 150 is just not enough anymore, especially on a bike like this. You need 170. This is a medium. I think to do a 170 on the large, but you still need a 170 on a medium as far as I'm concerned. You're running RockShox Zeb Select fork on the front with the debonair spring. It's the basic damper, not the new 2023 version, of course, just the 22 model. Good fork, sturdy, very stiff. Enough control in it, yeah, to keep it. It might be not enough for some people, but if you want more, go for the higher spec model. Now onto the handlebars, you'll be running code brakes, not the RSCs, just the basic code with the lever reach control, and then across to this little gem here, which I love. This is the Ergo 3 controller. I think it's fantastic. It's a really neat little bit of kit, and it has Giant's integrated grips, which actually fit in just nicely with the grip for the shape, so for the controller, and yeah, it tucks in just nice and neat there like that. And of course you can see on this side, so you can interchange the grips left to right if you want to. Now you can obviously fit your own grips, but just adds a nice neat little touch. So your power button is on the top here. Now what I did notice with the power button when I actually switched this thing on at home was how bright it actually was. Now there's not a problem in the daytime, but at the night time, I think if you're on a night ride, it's going to be fairly dazzling. Now I'm not sure if you can actually set the brightness on that inside the app that you get. You get a free app, the Ride Control app. I'll have to have a look. I haven't downloaded for this thing yet, but I will do. But we'll talk about that a bit more later on. So without further ado, let's get this thing out on the trails. So here we are, we've come to the famous Coedy Brennan. Let's say it's not the most extreme of trails we could do, but given my current condition, I think it's plenty for me. And I have to go through that huge archway. Some set of forks, I wouldn't like to put a set of seals on those now. to work, the fucker. That's for sure. Well, your first impressions are very, very good. Now, we've only done a couple of kilometres up the hill here, a few rough climbs for this few little descents, but yeah, it's really nice. Suspension needs a little setting. Seat post needs to be a 170, I'm afraid. It really does. And yeah, apart from that, it's good. I like it. I like it. Little room there for a water bottle, which is always handy. It's only a small 500, but that's one bottle more than you can get on a lot of the bikes. So first impressions, chuffed. We'll keep going. I don't like that high roller on these things. These are shit. So here we go, first spin, and we've done 30 kilometers, averaging 11.9, and we have used, let's have a look, I think about 3 bars. Yeah, we've used 3 bars. So, and excuse me, I was running mostly between the smart mode and 3 bars. And the three power mode. So 30k, 3 bars of power. Yeah, not so bad. Maybe Giant do say that you should be able to get about 60k extreme. So now I'd probably say that they're talking about in minimum mode to get that much distance, because I can't see you getting it on that. That's for sure. But yeah, never know. Maybe we'll do a test and see if it does or not. This is the Maring Trail, just outside Betws-y-Coed. One of the original trails, and definitely worth a visit. Oh, the scenery is just epic. Trails like this all day. Yeah, I know they're man-made, but who cares? It's just beautiful. Oh, that was a scary one. Didn't see that coming. A few iffy lines there. That was sketchy. If you don't know they're coming. Even with the basic dampers on these forks and shock, it feels so planted. It really does. It's a lovely, lovely ride. There's no harshness to it. It's not bottoming out, well, wallowing through its travel. It's actually really nice. I honestly don't think you'd need to upgrade at any point. Take your climb, straight in, power straight on. Not a problem at all. Takes the drops, handles everything. Now, one thing I'd say is I'm normally in between sizes on bikes, medium and large, and I usually opt for the large, mostly for the climbing side of things. But on this, the medium is perfect. Well done, Giant. The sizing is bang on. I've often been asked why you would go for a 160, 170 mil travel e-bike. Well, if you're a mountain biker, I don't see why not, if I'm being honest with you, because like you've got your motor to pull you along, but you have all that suspension and you have all that security of the geometry of the bike, the stability. It just makes perfect sense, really. I think like a little hardtail, e-bike hardtail is fine if you're only doing a bit of touring around, maybe backpacking and stuff like that, but if you want fun, there's nothing better than this, I can tell you now. Nothing better than this at all. Oh, it's just brilliant. Oh, you really do have to try one if you haven't already. This is a definite recommendation if you ask me. Oh, where did that go to? Whoa. Oh, and he stalled it. I'll have to do that again. Techie climb, take 2. Steep a techie bit. Oh. Yeah, up and around, no problem there. Fair play to the people who get up here on the normal bike. Very nice. I love these little random bits they throw in. You think it's just a normal bit of trail, and the next thing you're dropping off stone walls and stuff. Oh, get up there, get up. Come on. That was my fault there. Wrong gear coming into it. And one of the fun things about an e-bike that I find is like these little single track climbs. They're the ones that sap your energy when you've done half a day on the bike and you just wanting to get back. On the e-bike it just makes it so much more fun and so much more enjoyable. You know, it's a day out. It's not just a punishing spin. It's a fun day out. They allow you to explore more without being completely wasted. At the end of the day, you could do this for 4 or 5 days in the trot, no problem whatsoever. Whereas it might be a struggle on a normal enduro bike, or any bike for that matter. Wheelie over the rock. Now, one thing I noticed with this bike compared to my other e-bike is just how quiet it is. No rattles, no clangs, no bangs. It's very, very quiet. The Trek rail I had used to rattle like a bag of spanners.
though, I think you can see from the video I thoroughly enjoyed testing this bike. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's great value. It just goes to show you don't need to spend top dollar to actually get a good handling bike. I mean, this is third in the line in Giant's list, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. Sticks to the ground really, really well. Great cornering. A lot down to the low bottom bracket. But you can adjust the height of that if you want by flipping the chip on the back. And the only time I think you'd ever need to do that really is if you're doing a lot of technical climbing, where in the low setting you can clip the pedals every now and then, which I noticed, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me at all. Neither was the dropper post and the tire. The rear tire I don't like. I don't think it's a great tire, so I'd swap that out, and I would like to have a 170 dropper post. But like I said, not a deal breaker at all. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, the LED is quite bright, and yes, you can actually alter that in the app. So I've had a look at that, and you can actually alter that, and you can also alter the power modes. So each level has 25 or 20% either way, so you can adjust the power up a little bit or down a little bit. So if you wanted to get a little bit more in the eco mode, you can actually drop it 25%, or if you wanted to just add a little bit more power to it, you can add up 25%, and the same for each one. Talking about the power modes, the automatic mode, or the Giant's AI mode, it's good, but it's a bit weird. If you are actually on technical climbs, it gives you that little extra kick when you stop pedaling. Now that can be a good thing, but I found it to be a little bit of a pain, because you know, when I wanted to just ease up the gas a little bit, it just kept throwing me forward a bit. So I think I'll run it in just a standard mode for the climbs, and maybe that's the sense mode in other situations. But for me, I think just a normal power mode is probably a better setting for the time being anyway, until I get used to it a little bit more. I've ridden it on natural trails near my own place, as you can see from the crash at the beginning of the video. It's quite funny. Yeah, way too much pressure in the tyres. Stupid mistake, but there you go. It happens. I didn't get hurt, which is good for once. So yeah, conclusion: brilliant bike, absolutely brilliant. I will do more videos on this further along the line when I've had more time on it, but for now I think that gives you a good impression. So look guys, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you could, please. We'll get that 1,000 subscribers eventually, and we'll keep rocking on. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers for now. Bye bye.